Hey radiant souls, welcome back to my channel, The Radiance in You. We are opening up the space a little more today, and the view is slightly different. My intention for opening up the space is to open the 111 portal. We have been talking about the number 1 year. We have been talking about shifting energies, and I intend for the viewer, for the deep journeyer, to come to this space to receive this opening up of energies, the vastness, the expansiveness, and to ground these energies in your own journeys in ways that make sense for you, that feels tangible for you. And the beginning part of today's session is basically to open up this energy and ground this energy through your chakras, through your physical bodies, through your heart energy, through your mind energy, through your physical body energy, and each one of your chakras. If you have been doing daily practices, spiritual practices, to not only shift your energy but also to ground the new frequencies, I intend for this session to add to it, to expand that, and to multiply this transformative energies in your lives. So we just by default, when I picked up this card, this deck, it had the Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounding, action, Isis energy. But we are probably going to receive a different energy when we shuffle. So the cards, we're going to use a few different decks. And again, we intend to receive the opening portal of this 1111 portal of new paradigm shifts, partnership alliances, new love, new wealth, and most importantly, the changes that has happened in your cellular level, alchemical level, in your bodies, in your energetic bodies, in physical bodies, and that are now bringing changes, and also in love. So we're going to open with this deck. I'm going to move this slightly. This is a powerful healer energy with this crystal. So if you have been working with such energies, I intend for you to receive that energy from this crystal. We are going to open with this. Okay, I guess I'll have to place it this way. Okay, so the first oracle card we got today is this. Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. So definitely that's what we have been doing the whole of last year, and not just last year, but ending 9-year cycle, maybe 9 lifetimes. There had been many energetic shifts that you have been working on, and we have been doing that through the month of December, coming into this new year 2026, but also most importantly the new number 1 year. And so when we receive a card to opening portal of end of a cycle and shifting into a new energetic cycle, it is also asking us to honor our bodies, our emotions, our losses, what we have said goodbye to, the parts within us that had held on closely to people, to situations, to memories, to ways of being that had served us, but we are not able to carry those going forward. So when we let go such intrinsic part of ourselves, we ought to honor those external people, external situations, and parts within us. We need to hold space for the grief, for the sadness, for the tears, for the water that has flown now, and the marks that had left within each one of us. So a deep honoring, a deep love, a deep memory, maybe nostalgia, but now we are with honor. We had allowed those cycles to end, and that is the portal, because we say we are receiving new information, energetic shift, and end of a cycle. And we have at the base of the deck is Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past life, and freedom. So that's the base of this deck, and it kind of just is the new cycle coming from the base energy of what you have released as karmic relationships, karmic situations. And I also, through this activation today, for all of you, all of my fellow viewers who have been working deeply on past cycles, take away if you have remaining triggers, take away if you have any remaining pain, remaining overwhelm, or remaining sadness with the word karmic. Karmic is not punitive. It is not the same. Karmic is basically soul contracts that we have agreed to be born into, to cross paths with. And if you have a current lifetime, an incarnation where you are closing out karmic cycles, then this part of your life had been very fast and furious. You had faced and gone through situations and relationships and events in your life which felt like they were not of your choice. They were not of your choosing. You just met those people, you landed in those situations, some of them pleasant, or at least they begin with the promise of being pleasant and nice and joy and happiness, and they may have turned into short-lived ones because the lesson you were supposed to take and they were supposed to take, or the situation was supposed to bring, got over, and then either the situation drops out of your life or the people involved get out of your life, and you are left with then the task of closing out those cycles and moving on. And when I say this, I say it with no sense of lightness or frivolity around it. It had been extremely painful because it is a part of us. It is what we believe, because at all points of time, especially in the earlier parts of your life, you do not always remember the soul lessons that we have come into this lifetime to work on these soul contracts. So you look around, and just like anybody else and everybody else around you who probably has easier relationships or easier situations in life or jobs or vocation, you also welcome those into your life. But they did not remain in your life. They did not stay in your life for too long. So those nature of karmic relationships and situationships, if you had lived a long part of your life, or perhaps the whole of your life, at whatever point in your life you're watching this now, it just felt relentless. It felt like some kind of punitive, punitive reactions to things you've done, and that's the most easy interpretation, or like the meaning derived of the word karma. But apparently, if you have been journeying deeply into compassion, strength, and spiritual practice, You would have realized this by now, that karma is not punitive. It is your lifetime, your energetic imprint, your soul imprint that you have undertaken at the beginning of your journey before you decided to come into this lifetime to learn those lessons, to close out those soul contracts. And when you do that, you move on from that, because that was the purpose of that. There is, some of them would be very short-lived, some of them probably were stickier and stayed a long time, but nevertheless they were still in your life to have lessons both ways if it involved other people. And so when we have ended such cycles, there is a lot of grief of emotional loss, grief of death of yourself and others in that particular relationship, in that particular combination or dynamic of energy exchange. And so nevertheless, as much as you wanted it to end, and as much as you had braved and shown courage to allow that to drop away from you, but the pain of loss is nevertheless as much, right? If it was not a karmic relationship. So this today, receiving this at 1/1 portal of a new cycle, and this as release and freedom, just signifies that you have been the viewer who had found this and are resonating with this, have been through such journeys. So I am grateful. I am also not only just grateful, I bow to your courage and the work you have done so far, and it had not been easy. Okay, so with that opening, we are now going to ask for messages of love, that today's new portal of 1111 is bringing opening up. And there are also several astrological changes which are so magnificent. I am not an astrologer to be able to recap that for you from my own knowledge, but I definitely watch it for myself. So please feel free to find your astrologer of choice and see some of the planetary placements. They're definitely, the planets indicate the start of a new phase, which is going to stay for 2 years, in new love, new source of wealth and money for several of the journeyers and for the collective. So please feel free to tap into those source of knowledge. And we invite new love energies that are coming in for the ones who have been working to close out, or who have worked to close out these cycles. And in the new information we are receiving, what are the love energies we are getting? Okay, so we got devotion to the small. Okay, devotion to the small. So that is in the love energy. So that definitely talks about rings of time, devotion to the small. Okay, so the same message both in the base of the deck and the card we drew. So since you have gone through such major energetic shifts and you're receiving new information, ending of cycles and beginning of new cycles, there is the planetary movements indicate rings of time. So there are bigger cosmic cycles at play, which is going to be interwoven into your personal cycle. So you are asked to stay focused on what is immediately in front of you, to keep activating your energies in small ways every day through your practice of honoring your body, honoring your heart energy, honoring your mind energy, by aligning all of this to a deeper understanding of your soul journey, so that you can tap into what is immediately in front of you and the deeper heart energy without getting too much into the future or in the past. Now we are going to bring in energies of physical material wealth and anything that relates to your earth warrior self, which includes your, okay, those are too many. I think I am going to take them back, which includes your way of expressing yourself, creating a business, creating plans, projects, or the jobs you do to express yourself. So let's see what wants to come out in the Earth Warrior deck. The message that is not just for today, but the opening of this portal that's going to stay with you in this new 1 year, which is the seed we are implanting and activating today. Oh wow, this is powerful. Do you see this? How powerful it is? Sorceress of Light. So this card basically indicates that you, the viewer, is a powerful healer, maybe shaman, maybe you work with the dark goddesses, those energies of not just dark goddesses, but even if it is a god figure who works with cycles of destruction and reconstruction, cycles of death and rebirth, cycles of going into the underworld to retrieve soul parts where you had given powers away and coming out now to the other worlds to be in light. So this energy is the sorceress of light, is basically signifies that you will not be defeated, not on earth, not in the air, not in water, not on land. So you have victory, divine protection. So if you need to be flying like a bird or eagle to have a higher perspective, you will do that. If you need to become small and focus on the small every day in front of you, because that's where the redemption lies, because that's where the healing lies, because that's where the answer of the next step is the answer to your new beginnings, you will do that. So you have unlimited resources in intelligence, in how you bring in your transformation, how the divine support is available for you. And so you have no defeat, no energies of the past, no energies of karmic relationships that felt heavy and burdensome, and not just from others, your own shadows that had been dormant for a long time, your power, your dark power. What that means is the magnificent parts of you that you have not used have woken up now. So you will not be defeated in any form or effect by what has so far kept you small, by repeating patterns, because it was your time to look at those patterns. It was your time to end those patterns with familiar soul contracts, familiar environments, familiar smallness. But now you have claimed your power to go beyond, and so you have no defeat, you only have victory. That is the card that came for the place of your physical and material wealth, maybe job, maybe how you earn money, all kinds of stuff that is in the material world. So you have sorceress of light, number 40, and that is basically telling you of your invincibility. And look what we have. We also have the Uluka Bahini. It is the owl here. That's the eagle there, or falcon. And it says, here is the justice. She who rides the owl brings justice, number 8. So again, this is a very powerful emanation of the divine goddess. And in this 111 powerful portal today, we have the divine support. We have the divine supporting you, holding you by bringing you justice. This justice now comes to you because you have sacrificed. You have sacrificed instant gratification, and that instant has been probably the longest while. What may have felt like lifetimes of waiting, lifetimes of repeating in patterns that left you feeling abandoned, left you feeling not loved, not seen, not supported, and you have endured those. You have taken yourself through those by surrendering again and again to the divine knowing within you, even when you thought you couldn't go any further, when you thought this is the last, absolute last that you can ever go. And even then, you could gather yourself, find yourself, and collect yourself to go back to your divine knowing, to your divine source, to your faith, to unconditional love and the goodness of your heart, to continue with your journey. So she rewards you now. You have cosmic justice now supporting you in your earthly form, in your human life, that no matter what, you will not have defeat. You will have your victory. You are having victory. That's the shift now. That's the new information. And that comes by, so that you don't get lost in how powerful this is, there is also this guidance to devote to the small, what is immediately in front of you. That's how you ground. That's how you activate the energy, but you stay with it. Beautiful, powerful activation. Okay, so let's bring few goddess energy and oracles. So I first will bring the Kuan Yin energy. I associate her energy, Mother Goddess Kuan Yin, into the softness of our feminine energy, and not always needing to be fierce. And also today I am intending this energy to bring us also messages of new wealth, softness, creativity. And this new portal, just not for today, but by going forward on this path of the new information, new energetic shifts, and the new cycles, what is it that we are activating? Kuan Yin, Mother Goddess Kuan Yin, for the collective. Oh wow, 10 Sisters of Light. How beautiful is this? So you have the soulful community that you have been praying for, that you have been asking for, and you now receive the support of Kuan Yin in the form of 10 Sisters of Light. So you now have support in so many forms. It's like the many forms of the Goddess Mother. It is your soul community in spirit, in light, and on earth, all surrounding you in blessing, in creativity, in love, in bringing your soul community. So maybe they're coming to you through dreams. Because first, it is always energetic. When you have shifted your vibration, when you have allowed your core frequency to shift to that of light, to that of hope, to that of returning to your heart energy. And that is the power of your human heart, that it is not in the absence of darkness, it is not in the absence of struggle, but right through the darkness you face, right through the shadows you face, right through the numerous multiple struggles and obstacles you walked through, you did not give up on the goodness of your heart, or the potential and the capacity of your heart to open again and again in love, in compassion, in goodwill for others and yourself. The change and the shift in your energy has been to also being able to include yourself in that goodness, in that compassion, in that love. And by doing so now, you invite that goodness and goodwill and love and compassion for humanity, not from a place of bitterness, not from a place of resentment or giving up or despair, but from a place of possibility, a belief, a surrender, and knowing that the divine, what the divine provides, the providence is always limitless. The providence is always assured. It never is not there for you. So in doing that, now you have gotten the 10 sisters in all forms supporting love, creativity, job, the business, the children, the family you're raising, everything, to do everything in your life. You are now ready to include this support of the 10 sisters and light in your world. And what beautiful energy, more beautiful energy than Kuan Yin coming in that form of support for you. We are going to bring in a masculine energy, and I intend, and I normally use this deck to also balance our masculine energy in the form of whoever, if you connect with a form of masculine, divine masculine, you're most welcome to close your eyes and connect to that, but I want to balance the feminine energy also with the protection, nurturing, and action, if there is any energy of that, in the new portal that is opening now for the viewer, to bring the message that will be of highest good and strength, structure and focus and determination. Masculine energy. Family of light. Wow. See the family of light. Okay. No, I don't want it to shine. Okay. Family of light. So in this, you see it is the mirroring of the masculine and the feminine energy. What we receive for the divine feminine is what we are also receiving for the divine masculine. So it is the family of light. It's the surrounding that is happening at the spiritual level, in the physical, material, earthly level. So you are surrounded by ancestors, by your spiritual team, by sacred ecosystem on earth, by those families, those spiritual teams, those guides who have been walking with you, ancestors sharing their blessings, which support your highest light, which support your new shift, new path in the new energetic frequency that now you have invited in, which is to stay going forward in your life. So both the feminine and the masculine energies are saying the same thing. And so that basically is a perfect union, which I believe I had gotten that for the collective reading. I'm not sure, but you're most welcome to go and check in the last collective reading session that I activated. That perfect mirroring of the masculine and the feminine energy is also the indication of how the work you have been doing has been so powerful that it has unified your masculine and the feminine within you, and thereby in love you are also bringing in both energies through your sacred ecosystems, in your romantic love, in if you have existing strong soulmate partnerships, there will be greater union of those aspects with another within you. If you're seeking new relationship in romantic way, then that is going to come in through such mirroring of masculine and feminine energies, bringing in the same thing. And I almost forgot to show that the Tao is the rising and beautiful. You see the beautiful figure was the base of the energy here. So the energy of just being without doing anything, without forcing anything, is your base energy in the feminine energy. It is just being who you are is going to serve you now. And here we had the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge, and that again is because we were asking for masculine energy, structure, focus, how it's going to help us. We also receive that as the base energy. So if you have new plans, new projects, new ways that you have been planning to expand your work, or get a new job, or expand your finance, or travel the world, create more impact through your work, through your creativity, use your intellectual wisdom combined with your intuitive wisdom and intelligence. It'll bring you great fortune. That's the new energy frequency that you are now opening up. We are going to now bring in, to end the reading, two different oracles of Goddess Kali and Goddess Isis. Now, because I opened the space today for a little more physical space, but also the activation of this portal, I work with these energies of Goddess Kali and Goddess Isis as dark mother energies who are so powerful in various emanations of their energy that they are able to destroy what are the cycles that need to go, and they will invoke that power within you so that you rise to that power and peace and harmony to be able to let go. And they have energies that are protective, peaceful, and harmonious to invite in the new. So because we are in almost the twilight but more into the new, I wanted to invoke these energies to bring in stable new foundations and what feels powerful protection, and also the seeding of the new that will stay with you for the collective, for the viewer who is tuning in today. I invoke the blessings and the power and the descending power of Goddess Kali to come and activate the new portal energy for the collective, for the viewer who is tuning in. Okay, let's shuffle one last time and then we'll draw a card. Kali Mahamaya. Okay, she comes to us, so I'll let you focus on this energy, focus on this image. So she is unclothed, she is in her raw bare form, and you can see her image reflected in the water, with the lotus bringing new beginnings, but also signifying that the beauty that has grown to the surface now had deep roots in the mud under the water. And also her own reflection in the water signifies, what is above is also below. It's the shadow work that you have done to now become so true to your original essence, bereft of any layers, cleansed by the water, that only the beauty remains now. That's the power she brings. That's the emanation she brings today to this 1-1 portal, 1111 portal that is opening the new energy cycle for us. So anything which had been loose foundation, anything that is not a foundation for you to carry forward, as painful as it had been to allow that to fall away, but you have done it. And she signifies that power within you now. that it is the merging of the sun energy with the water energy. It is the sky and the water, and the what is beneath is also what is above. It is the birth of the lotus from the mud, from the muddied water. And now you can take the blessings and the mirroring of her energy, which is in the bare, cleansed form, without any clothing, without anything that actually you need when you have cleansed yourself to this level. Beautiful Goddess Mother, Kali Mahamaya. That's her. Oh, and also look at how beautiful is the base energy. This is her beauty. This is Bhuvaneshwari. So Bhuvaneshwari is the form of Mother Kali, where we worship beauty, where we worship leisure, where we worship rest, and not essential have to fight or pick up every gauntlet thrown your way. It is the ability to disengage from struggles. It is the ability to shift your core vibration into that of pleasure, joy, and beauty, and love, in peace. Because when you are in that energy, like her, beautifully clothed in red, you feel the security and her peace and the resources. You lose your own struggle. You lose this idea that you always have to fight to receive. And karmic relationships and karmic soul cycles do feel like that you have to fight for everything, that you had to just keep with the struggle one after another. And so this shift in this energetic cycle that is starting now feels different. So you may have taken your own bit, but now be assured that this is yours. You will not be defeated in any way, because you have now retained this blessings in its purest form for all times to come. Powerful blessings. And we are going to end our activation of 111 portal, of allowing all that was karmic, that was not the highest timeline, that was not where life needed to stop. This card fell out, so I am going to keep that, but I was still talking, so I'm going to shuffle for one more card. So basically my intention to receive this blessing is to initiate this new cycle that will go forward, because what needed to end was supposed to end here. So that grand acceptance of that cycle has brought peace, and now we are opening our hearts and lives and bodies and chakras to receive the new. So we received one card, which is basically a call to deepen our vibration into more love, protection of the pyramid. So you may still be clearing out the last remnants of what felt heavy. So there is a call for step into vibration, step your vibration deeper into love. So you can do protection rituals every day if you feel heavy energies are still in your body or in your energetic bodies or your aura. So you cleanse that every day for a week or for as long as you need, so that you can only retain what is in highest good for you, what is in unconditional love for you, and what is in your highest timeline. Only you and only you have the free will and divine right to claim what can stay in your energetic body, in your physical world, in your material wealth, and in your mental and emotional bodies. Only you have the right to decide what stays. All other things, all other entities, all other attachments in spirit or in physical presence, you can firmly but gently, with peace in your heart, ask to leave and revoke any permission, conscious or unconscious, that you had given to anybody, or any vows, made any vows, or to any relationships or attachments that are not in your highest good, that have been depleting you. You have the right to allow that to go and to close your energetic bodies and energy circle around you, for them, revoking all permissions from allowing them to return any longer, or in any form or in any effect. So you can do that practice, but we also did that today in this activation series, and we are going to close with a blessing, or with a message from Goddess Isis to initiate and open our cycle. Oh wow, look at what we got. We got the Goddess of 1,000 names. So this is also the many forms of goddess. You know, if you have been juggling too many things, trying to change too many things in your life, or you have been praying for changes in different fronts or all fronts in your life, this is the blessing that you have received from her in her different forms, Goddess of 1,000 names, calling her by different names in her different forms. Also another message from this card is that if you have been trying to lose any identity, you know, if you have been trying to lose association with a name or one identity of yours, know that you can tune into her energy and receive different identities that you want to know. Are you a mother or a father? Are you a sister or a brother? Are you a partner or a spouse? Are you a parent or only someone's child? Or have you been only a healer and a giver? Or have you been a more self-focused and a taker? There are all kinds of identities we have been told or we have assigned to ourselves. This is also a card, just like the Divine Goddess has so many names and so many emanations that we can tap into, so can you for yourself. So this is also a call for you to surrender any identities. If you need to adopt a new identity that will help you now to go forward, you can call her to help you. Like she has 1,000 names, you can adopt that name too. Maybe you have a spiritual name, maybe you want to change your name, maybe you want to change your identity. So however it applies to you, whatever is speaking to you at this point, that is your message to take. But we are happy to receive Goddess Mother in her 1,000 forms as the closing out of today's energy. And we also receive the base energy was or is self-initiation. If we receive that, has what I have been talking throughout and also in the past. So this was a journey of self-initiation. This is not, this kind of journeys you cannot take because someone asked you to, or you just went into like a yoga camp, or you know, like it just feels good, just another is doing it, so let me do it. This is deeper than that. You will do this when it is your time. You will do this because it is your soul path. You would have done this because it is a self-initiated journey. That is the power of your soul. So when you have gotten yourself situated into that level of divine power and that kind of soul power remembrance, you would have found this journey. You would have found forgiveness, love, light, and the sense of invincibility that came out in this reading today, that you have ended the cycle with forgiveness, with compassion, with strength, now to begin this new journey, now to begin this new soul cycle that has victory, that has support of your divine team and your earth team, that has messages of stepping deeper into protection and love, that has messages of support from the divine goddess in her most raw form of nothing withheld, the beauty of the lotus that has grown in the muddied water now is also a reflection of you, and you have the 1,000 names of the divine goddess mother mirroring your journey back to you. So this is today's session for, I'm going to leave it here, for activating the joy, the beauty, the peace, the love, the power, the creativity, and the rebirth that you have been working on for a long time, and this is yours to claim. We open the portal today, and we now, as we close, we also pray to this divine forces to close this portal around us in power, in love, in light, so that we can ground this energy in our individual lives in the best form that is divinely guided. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be in this space with you, reading for you, activating the space, and thank you for watching. If any of this feels resonant and you would like to continue to come into this space for more activations, more daily messages, or daily means not a calendar daily, but shorter messages. I mean to say, I work when I feel the guidance from the divine sources, because that's when it is most powerful and most authentic to offer to the collective. So if you want to be part of all that and anything resonated, please hit a like and subscribe, so that it helps the channel to grow and this portal of activation to reach more people who need it. And together we create the humanity that is steeped in love, light, compassion, understanding, and the new creation of humanity that we all are part of. Thank you. Take care. Until next time.